Welcome to episode 69 of the BRASH Sports podcast, brought to you by A Nose in the Butt. Want to spice things up in your love life? Try A Nose in the Butt. Perfect for those intimate moments when you and your partner have run out of other things to try and torture is all that's left. Tongue in the pink, nose in the stink. That's the American way. I'm Josh. I'm joined by Brandon, who's having coffee. Are you okay over there, B?
No.
No, you're not. What happened? Did the tongue in the pink nose?
I knew it was coming, and I still wasn't ready for it. Shout out to episode 69.
Yeah, it's episode 69. You gotta expect that, dude. It's episode 69 and our 4-year anniversary, which is pretty awesome that we've been doing this for 4 years. Haven't given up on it. Maybe we're recording a little bit less. Maybe that's what the critics are saying. Maybe people are saying we're charging too much for our premium services and not delivering enough content. I don't know. I don't really care. But it's a testament, Brandon, to how far we are willing to go to keep this thing going. Because it is a lot of fun, and the last 4 years of doing this has been a blast. But yeah, 69, we got to make it a special one, and we got to recap the Super Bowl. Are you able to talk now? Are you good?
I'm good. I know.
Okay. All right.
It was one of those things.
Perfect timing, by the way.
Fly in my throat right when you started, and then the jokes were coming, and yeah, it was the combination of the two. I couldn't hang. I'm the guy that's like, all right, get this guy out of the party. He doesn't know what he's doing. But no, man, it is the 4-year anniversary of BRASH Sports, and that's something to be appreciated. Okay. Yes, sure. Yeah. We haven't, held up our end of the bargain, especially to all our diehard subscribers out there spending all this goddamn money. We're putting, we're not putting enough episodes out there. So what? We're still here after 4 years, so therefore it's the 4-year anniversary. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah,
we haven't let a long enough window go without doing an episode to not constitute a 4-year anniversary. So episode 69 is a perfect time for all of our fans to say, you know what, we appreciate you, we love you, and thank you for keeping us alive after all these hard, tough, fought 4 years, because it has been a rough 4 years. I think we can all agree on that.
I agree. And something I'm just putting together, we talked about it before the show, but what's better than 69? The 4.
The 4, yeah.
I mean, it's all lining up perfectly. If you know, you know, and if you don't know, don't ask, because I don't think legally we're allowed to talk about it beyond what we.
And that's probably why I was having a bit of a heart attack there, when the episode started. So I was probably thinking about the 4 and how funny it is, but.
Right on. All right. Well, let's not waste any more time here. We got to recap this Super Bowl. In typical BRASH Sports fashion, I don't have anything planned.
No, we're both flying by the seat of our pants, and that's what BRASH Sports is all about. So
it's a total wing, but it was absolute domination by the Seattle Seahawks. And if you listen to our episode last week, I could not have been more wrong.
We were both terribly wrong. We said it was going to be very fun, exciting game. Everybody was calling for a very low-scoring, boring game, and everybody this time was actually right.
Yeah,
the populace was correct, and Josh and I were in the wrong. But the right team did win, right, Josh? I mean,
100%. Dude, Seattle was such a better team, and leading up, every expert and analyst and whoever. Seattle. When I see that happening, I immediately go on the other side and go, all right, well, there's a reason New England's here, and they're not going to be as bad as they had been the previous few games, and it's going to be close because everyone's saying it's going to be a blowout. Nope, not this time, not so fast. And then I was just left hanging there with my dick in my hand, lost every single bet I placed. First Super Bowl I've lost money on in I don't even know how long, maybe ever, because usually that's where we just come through with the fire takes and the good bets, and it was rough. Our parlay missed every leg except one that barely hit. All of the single bets that I threw out there, misses, and just bad misses.
Disaster.
Ugly stuff. But credit to Sam Darnold, and credit to that defense, and credit to Kenneth Walker, who somehow won the MVP. They were the better team, and they 100% deserved to walk away winners of that game, and hopefully with some respect on their name going into next year, because they are a really good young team.
Really good young team, unbelievably coached. I mean, McDonald doesn't get enough credit for how he got that franchise just turned around in such a short period of time. But I also heard that the general manager for the Seahawks, name escapes me. I'm not going to look it up. This is a podcast. What do you expect? But Josh could probably take a sneak peek while I'm talking about this. But first general manager in NFL history to win 2 different Super Bowls with 2 completely different rosters ever. That's never happened before. Like they at least have some players from previous teams that have made their way onto the roster. No, this guy, first GM ever to do it with 2.
John Schneider, by the way.
Fucking Schneider. Remember that name.
I was just yeah. Well, I was watching something earlier, and they were going through his draft picks over the last 3 years, his first and second round picks, and every single one of them was a starter on that defense. Or it's, JSN, who's obviously a breakout star, just quality picks in the first couple rounds. That'll do it, man.
That guy built the Legion of Boom, and now he has, I guess they're coining this defense the dark side, which is really, I'm sorry, it's not as good. It's not catchy. Legion of Boom was a badass name. They gotta work on another nickname. Dark side, not good.
I haven't heard that, and I hope I never hear it again.
That said, it's still fantastic, and he was able to do it with Sam Darnold at the helm. The roster around Sam Darnold was good enough. Another thing I heard is that didn't watch a lot of Seahawks and Patriots regular season football, as I mentioned in the previous podcast. But Sam Darnold led in all starting quarterbacks with more turnovers, than any other quarterback in the regular season. That's what Sam Darnold does. But to be able to win a Super Bowl with a quarterback like that is a testament to the general manager and building a roster. You're putting the pieces around him that make up for their mistakes. And that's the genius of NFL football that I think a lot of these guys are forgetting. It's not just about having your franchise guy. And Sam Darnold is not a franchise guy, but he's good enough to get you to the promised land if you build the pieces around him, and I think this Super Bowl might show a lot of the teams around the NFL, the other 31. This is how you fucking do it, man. You build around them. You don't build for them. You don't build because of them. You don't say, oh, we don't need this, we don't need that because we got this fucking guy. No. You say we're going to keep fucking building around them because they're going to have a shitty fucking year. They're going to have a shitty fucking day. They're going to have a shitty fucking playoffs like Drake May did. Drake May made it all the way to the fucking Super Bowl, and he had a terrible playoffs, Hats off, by the way, to the Pats for making it all the way after a 4-win season. Amazing.
It's true.
But I'm so happy to all the Pats fans out there. I'm so happy you guys made it. You well-deserved, fucking deserved 10th Super Bowl in 14 years. You don't deserve it. You're spoiled rotten, and you deserve to fucking lose, and I'm happy you did. So that's coming from Brandon, and I'll leave it at that. So I'm so happy to see won.
I'm over the moon, and everybody outside of New England, like we predicted, would be rooting for them, and they were. Nobody wants to see the Patriots win another Super Bowl in our lifetime, let alone 5 years removed from their last one. Then they win it in 20. They won it 2019. I think. So, okay, 6 or 7 years. Like, let's give it 20 years of being bad before you guys can be in the conversation again.
Let us sorry ass teams have a shot, Not that I'm throwing out anything or anything, but I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, I mean, God, I saw someone posted like if you were born in 1991, that means you turned 12 years old, which is usually like a coming of age.
That's when you really start paying attention. Yeah.
Your football fandom begins around 12 years old. And 2003, like the Patriots record, their Super wins, everything has just been smooth sailing, easy. So if you're a Patriots fan who was born in 91,
all you know is the glory years.
All you know is glory years. And it shouldn't be allowed for teams that have had ups and downs. And I'm very blessed. I complain less than most with how bad my team has been for the last, you know what I mean?
You got your 2 and you got to see your team in 3, but yes.
And the best one ever. So I really don't have much. I don't have much to say. But let's be real. The Giants have had some really, really bad years in recent memory.
I would.
I don't complain.
I'd kill for that. I would literally murder somebody.
Any normal fan would. But Patriots fans, we're gonna need you guys to suck again, and I just can't handle anymore. So glad they lost. Hopefully that's a trend that continues. Don't wish anything bad against Drake May because I actually think he's a great kid.
I love Vrabel, great head coach.
Love Vrabel.
I want nothing but the best for him. I just don't want any more New England Patriots glory. I'm done with it. I'm sick of it. Yeah. And same with the Chiefs. I know they had it on a little smaller of a scale, but let's get some fresh air in the room. Open a goddamn window. Let's let some of that fresh air in, man. Yeah. And the Seahawks is nice because again, brand new team, different culture, different coach, different environment in terms of who's in the fucking roster. It felt like a really true moment of a team coming together and rallying around each other to get the Lombardi Trophy, and that's what it's all about. And so,
well, that's definitely a theme that I think is gonna stick. Is like team ball, right? We didn't see any like superstar quote unquote quarterbacks, let alone like in the Final Four, but a lot of them missed it. Like Mahomes not in the playoffs, Josh Allen not in the Final Four, like Lamar Jackson missed the playoffs. I mean, we're talking about the Joe Burrow too. Like the top 5 quarterbacks in the league weren't even in the playoffs. It's great. I love seeing team ball. It's more interesting, and defense back.
And running game is back, my friend.
It's so back. For years and years and years, it was find a quarterback, get a really good number 1 receiver. It's a passing league now. Now defense and running game is 100% back. We have passed the tipping point and we are on the other side. So that's always fun. As much as I love high scoring games, I want physicality. I don't want it to be lopsided, and I don't want the same 4 teams to be in the mix just because they've got the best quarterback. So, I mean, I think that sums it up pretty well. Brandon, you have anything else to add, or do you want to jump into?
I was just going to say, just to end on this note, we all love the passing league. It's fun. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's entertaining. You got the tight ends, you got the wide receivers, you got these big ass fucking bombs, you got these exciting plays, right? And that really does put the butts in the goddamn seats. However, the games and the championships should be won in the goddamn trenches. And that is defensive line, offensive line, running the goddamn ball, protecting the goddamn quarterback, old school, hard-nosed football. Oh, yeah. And, I think that happened. And on top of the fact that the Patriots lost, and it was just nice seeing them lose, I'm sorry. Again, I'm a bitter Redskins fan, so, I'm just jealous. I'll say it. I'm just openly jealous against Patriots fans. People were texting me and calling me and being like, isn't this the most boring Super Bowl ever? And I'm like, no, dude, I'm loving this shit. I love it because Seahawks are putting them in their goddamn spot, and it's nice for the Patriots fans to watch a game and know what it feels like to be put in your goddamn spot. So I enjoyed every second of the game. I thought it was a great game. But let's move on. I mean, we've talked about the game itself, and Sam Darnold. I mean, thank you, Sam Darnold. You deserve it. You are true.
What a guy.
You're a true dude. Now, who's the running back for the Seahawks? Kenneth Walker the third. He's your Super Bowl MVP, even though you had a bold prediction, Josh. Talk a little bit about that.
Going into the game, if you listen to our Super Bowl special, it was a Brash Plus exclusive, so you did have to fork over the $179.99 to get it. Sorry, but we weren't giving it away for free. All of our hot takes and really great analysis for betting, you missed all of that. But I did say I was going to sprinkle Jason Myers plus 10,000 to win the MVP, and I forgot to. If I had bet that, he would have won it. You know that.
I don't know. Again, they don't give it to kickers anymore. Not since the 1980s. They don't do that anymore.
But if any kicker has ever deserved it, I mean, my God, the guy went 5 for 5. He's the only kicker in NFL history to go 5 for 5 in the Super Bowl. The guy who won the MVP didn't have a rushing touchdown, which is fine. He had a monster game. Not taking anything away from him. He had a monster game. Anytime
I think I'm wrong, by the way. I think now that we're talking, I think Vinatieri won the year that the Patriots won Tom Brady's first Super Bowl against the best show on turf. I think Vinatieri won.
You're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that was the end of an era. They don't give it to the kickers anymore. That's never going to happen again. No. Myers outscored the entire New England Patriots. Yeah. It doesn't matter. This is living proof that it doesn't matter anymore. Those days are behind us. We're not, because I don't think Tom Brady won the MVP that year, but Vinatieri is, he's now in the Hall of Fame. They're adding him to the Hall of Fame. As of just a couple weeks ago, they announced that. So maybe that's why they're adding him to the Hall of Fame, because he has that Super Bowl MVP behind him. He's the last kicker to get it, but I might be wrong, but at the end of the day, doesn't matter. I loved it. A lot of people hated it. Let's talk a little halftime show, Josh. What do you think about the halftime show?
Oh, you want to go down that road? I'll be honest. I tried to flip over. I had it on, but I was gonna go to the Kid Rock because I do like Kid Rock, and I wanted to watch him perform "Ba Da Ba" because that song fucking rules.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it to work on my phone. I gave up quickly. I had my kitchen was a mess. So I was like, I'll just have the Bad Bunny on in the background and I'll just clean my kitchen. I can still see the TV, but I was never going to pay close attention to it. And it was fine. But that genre of music, all the songs kind of sound the same. They all have the same beat. And so it was
picture a car bouncing when I hear that.
It was definitely weird to have a Super Bowl halftime show without a lick of English. That was weird, but I'm not against it outwardly. I think that they'll probably overcorrect next year. If I had to guess,
they're going to definitely overcorrect.
They're going to have Chris Stapleton or something, the most country guy you can
Jelly Roll and Chris Stapleton, lock it up. It's going to happen next year.
Dude, you're so right. That's who it's going to be. And that'll be fine. Doesn't matter. And then, I don't know, MSNBC will have Bad Bunny do a thing. So you can go watch a separate one. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have any thought. People have strong opinions about this. And it's only because we're so polarized as a country.
It's so sad. We're the United States of America.
People feel like they have to take a strong stance on it. It's no, you could just not watch if you don't want to. It's not that deep. It's not that big a deal. Roger Goodell, has proven that he wants to be a global brand. He doesn't want this sport to just be in this country. So if you have a problem with it, you got to take it up with him. If you want American football to only be in America, otherwise you're going to have stuff like this. You're going to have London games, you're going to have Mexico City games, and you're going to have Bad Bunny, who's more of an international star, fucking do a halftime show every now and then. Like, it's not that big a deal. Everyone needs to just chill the fuck out.
We've reached a point in this country where we politicize. We politicize everything. And all I'm saying is it's so sad that it's gotten to a point where politicizing the goddamn halftime show of a football game. Like, seriously, guys,
as if there aren't bigger fish to fry at the moment.
It's a football game. Yes, it's the Super Bowl. It's the biggest football game, of the year. Guess what? There are going to be more Super Bowls, and we don't need to politicize every fucking night. I mean, and on top of that, I thought it was silly that they politicized it. And, I thought it was silly that they had, competing halftime shows. And here I am, somebody that thought it was silly that competed. I tried as my hardest to find the Kid Rock one. You know why? Because I'm almost 40 years old and I grew up with Kid Rock and I love that shit. So I wanted to see Kid Rock, and then come to find out Kid Rock, like, lip sync like half a fucking segment of Ba Wada Ba, and it wasn't good. But even if I had watched the normal halftime show, because I did have it muted in the background because I could only find the other one on my laptop, I wouldn't have understood any of the songs, and I don't know any of the songs. I like Bad Bunny as a person, because I think he's funny, on SNL. I love him when he's in WWE and he wrestles,
I didn't even know he's doing
really good
at
WWE. So. Yeah, he could be a pro wrestler. And, so I think he's an awesome dude. But, I think if I talk to him face to face and I say, hey, dude, I think you're an awesome guy. I just don't care for your music whatsoever. I bet you he'd be like, all right, that makes sense. Like, I don't think he'd hold you like, what? You don't like my music? I ain't even give a shit. I mean, it's like I think we did lose something as a people in this country. Like, why can't we just separate, sports and politics and just be done with it, dude? Let's just be done with it. Politics have no place in Brash fucking Sports, and don't you dare try to infiltrate this podcast with that nonsense.
What did I do?
No. I'm not. I'm pointing at the audience. Okay. I mean, come on. We're better than this as a people. Like, sports are sports, politics are politics. Let's leave it at that. And. I did try to find the Kid Rock thing, and that was not good. But it turns out, like, I wouldn't have been entertained by the Bad Bunny one either, because again, it would have been, to me and you, it would have been a lot of boom, da boom, dim, boom, da boom, da, and then I would have been like, I don't know what's going on, So like, and again, it's a halftime show of a Super Bowl. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
There's been a lot of good ones. There's been a lot of not so good ones, like that's the nature of the game. It's that is the entertainment portion. Let's, move along. Who gives a fuck who's there?
I guarantee when Bruce Springsteen did the halftime show 10 years ago or however long ago it was, like, there were some young Latino people that were like, oh, this sucks. And that's fine. That's not their thing. Like, who gives a shit? It like I said, it's not that deep. We do not have to. It never should have been a
overcorrect. Is it's definitely gonna happen. It's gonna be Chris 100%. Stapleton and Jelly Roll.
I like
that's 100. Lock it in. Lock it in. In their websites now, you can bet on stupid shit like that. Like,
oh yeah, Kalshi. I haven't fucked around with it.
In fact, I actually am a fan of Jelly Roll too because of his affiliation with WWE. Because I had no idea. I'm a wrestling mark.
Okay,
but I do like Chris Stapleton's music.
Oh yeah, so, Chris Stapleton is a man.
Like I would prefer just a straight Chris Stapleton set if we have a choice between the two, but like a combination of the two would be fucking sick. That would be fucking nice.
Now I will end it on this. There were several times I looked up at the screen while I was like doing dishes, and there were some just sexy Latina girls shaking that ass, and that's
you see enough. Jessica Alba still looks like she's like 20 years old. What? She found the fountain of youth.
She
what
did.
the hell happened to her?
She sold her soul to the devil or something.
She really did. Yes.
So if
Ricky Martin,
if a sexy Latina shaking that ass is not enough to bring this country together, then we're totally fucked. But speaking of next year, if we're talking about making some predictions,
let's make some predictions. Let's move on. Hey guys, we're moving on to next season.
Okay? Yeah, guys, chill out, calm down. Everybody, calm down.
We're just shooting shit. All right, we're just saying, saying it the way it is. That's what Brash Sports is all about.
All right, so real quick before we go into next year, I did all this work to cover the prop bets that we were predicting beforehand. We don't have to go line by line, but I do have to say that we both did so bad. I went 8 out of 15. You went 4 out of 15.
Oh yeah,
it was not good. You made up some ground by the national anthem length being under 120 seconds. Good for you. It was close though.
What was the all I care about? What was the Gatorade color?
It was yellow. It was lime green. I actually had that one right.
Oh, you picked yellow. Okay, what did I pick?
You picked blue.
Oh, I went blue. Okay, all right.
Yeah, so it was tough. We both got the coin toss. We were split on the national anthem, and then we agreed everywhere else. But stats wise, pretty much it was like if you picked the under, you were pretty much on it, except for Drake May garbage time. That's where I.
Drake May.
That's right.
He killed me in any parlay I had with his garbage time stats. Yeah. Again, right team won. Yeah. Right team won. So
team won. So
coming from fans of two losing teams, right team won. So yeah, there's that.
All right. So
let's move on to next season.
Where do I have? Okay, I have it written over here. Sorry, I've got like too many fucking tabs open. All right. So you want to do rushing leader?
We're going to move
how do you want to do this?
The 26-27 season. Who will be your? Let's start with sacks. Let's go with sacks.
Okay.
Who will lead in sacks in the upcoming year?
I've got leading in sacks Will Anderson Jr. of the Houston Texans.
Damn, I like that.
He's a monster. That defense is a monster, and their division just has a lot of guys who are pretty easy to bring down. I haven't looked at their schedule, but Cam Ward looks pretty easy to sack to me. Trevor Lawrence is a giant Easter Island statue, so he's easy to bring down. And Daniel Jones, the guy lives to be sacked. He loves to be sacked. So between those 6 games, those 3 opponents, like, I don't know, I could see him just putting up huge numbers there, and then he's just a monster. And they're a defensive focused team, so I went Will Anderson Jr.
Okay.
Who do you got?
Well, this past season was Myles Garrett, who broke the record for most sacks of all time. And
with an extra game,
hands down, first ballot Hall of Famer. You say an extra game, meaning it's 17 over 16?
Correct.
Okay. That's a really good point in terms of the record. There should be an asterisk there.
Maybe an asterisk, maybe not, but like, I don't know. They need to start tracking things.
We're saying going into the next season, who will lead the league at the end of the regular season in sacks?
Yes.
And I've looked through them all, and I'm going with, this is a shocker, dude. You will not see this coming. I'm going with Myles Garrett to lead the league yet again.
Oh my God, dude.
He led, because this past season it was 23 and the next closest was 16 and a half. Myles Garrett is the Reggie White of our life. This man is a freak of fucking nature, and he doesn't age. And I'm also putting on top of the fact that he plays right now for the Browns. So the other offense is always going to have more time on the field than his offense. So therefore, he'll have more opportunities, more playing time, if you will, to get those fucking sacks. So
here's the thing, though.
Give me Myles Garrett getting it yet again next season. Back to fucking back.
The teams he's playing, though, don't have to throw the ball as much because their offense is so shitty. I would say he's even more impressive than Reggie White because at least Reggie White's teams that he played for were always good. So he would have Reggie White would have a good offense go down the field, and then whoever they were playing was like, all right, well, now we have to pass the ball. So there's more opportunities for sacks. But you're right. Myles Garrett is going to be on the field a ton. So, yeah, I mean, we got cool vibes covered. Now we finally have some hot takes here, Brandon.
Rushing yards leader of this past season, Josh, who was it? Go.
Oh, fuck. I don't know. Who was it? I couldn't even tell you.
I would have guessed Derrick Henry.
Okay.
But it was actually James Cook III.
Was it?
He had it by over, almost 100 yards. So Derrick Henry was number 2. Jonathan Taylor making a resurgence at number 3.
He started off the year so strong.
Bijan at number 4. All of which played all 17 games. I think it will be one of these four. These are thug ass running backs in my book. Devon Achane did play in only 16 games and he was in number 5. So when I say next season, who's going to be your number 1 overall rusher?
You asking me?
I'm going Bijan Robinson. I think Bijan Robinson gets the nod from Brandon. He's going to be your guy. He will be the leading rusher at the end of the regular season next season.
Yeah, I like that. And they got a new head coach down there, Stefanski, who's a fucking offensive.
Yeah, he escaped Cleveland.
Thank God.
Poor guy. Yeah.
Dude, he did all he could for that sorry ass.
There's no
franchise.
such thing as winning in Cleveland. Doesn't exist.
So I think the Falcons are going to be a sneaky team. So I like that pick a lot, but I'm going with Jahmyr Gibbs, who I love Gibbs. The most well-rounded running back. If I could snatch one running back from any team to come play for the Giants, it would be Jahmyr Gibbs. Now that Christian McCaffrey has a lot of miles, Saquon Barkley a lot of miles, Derrick Henry obviously is still a monster, but a lot of miles. Give me Jahmyr Gibbs to be like the guy this year.
Okay. All right. I like that pick a lot. But I also really like my pick. All right.
Yeah, I think between those two. It's between those two.
It's going to be between those two. All right. Passing yards. Who was number 1 this year, Josh? You should know this one.
Passing yards or receiving yards?
Passing yards.
Was it Stafford?
It was Stafford. The MVP, Matthew Stafford. He led by almost over 200 yards over Jared Goff, Dak Prescott with an impressive season, Drake May, and then Sam fucking Darnold, Super Bowl fucking champion. So those were your top 5. Dude, I think I'm going to go super bold here, but I really like it. I'll let you go first. Because mine's going to be bold as fuck.
Okay. I'm predicting a Chiefs bounce back and Patrick Mahomes to lead the league in passing yards.
Yep. Wow.
In passing yards. And I've got a hot take when we do our bold predictions later. I got a little hot take for you. But just for now, no spoilers. Give me Patrick Mahomes to lead the league in passing yards.
All right. Mine's coming from a guy he's a youngin'. He's a young kid. He hadn't been around the block too many times in the NFL, but he tried to make a living this year. He tried to make himself noticed, but things didn't work out the way he thought. And then, unfortunately, there was a stumbling block in the playoffs, and he didn't make it to the Super Bowl. But had he not gotten injured, his team would have been representing the AFC. I'm going with Bo fucking Nix to
like
lead the league in passing yards next year because Sean fucking Payton knows how to coach them quarterbacks. I think Bo Nix is going to be, I hate comparing him to Drew Brees, but he's just, it's a pass happy offense. Those motherfuckers pass. They're going to bring in some fucking good wide receivers. They're going to draft some good receivers. They're going to put some more weapons around him. And they're in the offensive line's already fucking fantastic, so he's going to have all the time in the day to just, sit back there, smoke a cigarette, put his sunglasses on, and complete fucking passes. So give me Bo Nix leading the league in passing in the 26-27 season.
I like that a lot. Yeah. I like that a lot. Now, next up, we got receiving leader, right? Reception.
Oh, right. Let's do it. Yeah.
We haven't done that. We haven't done that one yet.
All right.
I'm going to go with Puka Nacua, who I think is
number 2 this year. Yeah.
Number two this year. And again, just a monster. And then you look at Devontae Adams getting a little older. I don't know if he's going to be in LA next year. Who knows? But Puka is that guy. And you could have anybody at quarterback. I know there's Stafford's age is becoming a concern, but Puka makes the insanely tough catches look so easy. His hands may be the strongest I've ever seen, except for maybe Calvin Johnson. Like, he's just insane. I think you'd be crazy to pick anyone other than Puka. Even though he wasn't number 1 this year, he is so fucking good. I had to pick him.
I like Puka. Again, he was number 2 this year. So as much as I want to go my man T Money, Terry McLaurin, who had a rough season because of all the, quarterback injuries and his injuries, and it was just a terrible season for the Redskins this season. I'm going with my brain, not my heart. But I am going with a guy that I love. I think he's disrespected, in the grand scheme of things. His name isn't as well known as it should be. And I'm going with Nico fucking Collins. Nico Collins will be leading the league in receiving yards at the end of next season.
Wow. Okay.
And, talk about making those big plays. He makes them all the time, but he plays for the Texans, so they don't talk about it, Yeah. I mean,
I hope
it reminds me, who was my dude back in the day for the Texans?
Oh, Andre Johnson?
Andre fucking Johnson, like nobody talked about Andre fucking Johnson, I don't think anybody's talking about Nico fucking Collins either.
I think that's mostly because people have their doubts about CJ Stroud. I mean, he really shit the bed.
He's great in the regular season. He's just terrible. In the we're just talking about the regular season. If we were including the playoffs, I would not put Nico Collins in the mix.
Yeah, that's fair.
No Collins mix for this one.
All right, good deal. Well, all right, Brandon, with all that said, dude, should we do some bold predictions and then Super Bowl? Predictions.
You're leading the charge for the bold predictions. Right. I'm following your lead. So here we go.
Good deal. I mean, it is tradition around here to go 1 week, less than 1 week after the Super Bowl, because we are recording on a Thursday. Yeah. Make predictions for next year, bold ones.
Bold. You got to go bold.
That just never, ever shake out. But we can't break tradition. I've got 4 here that are pretty bold. One, I've got the Titans to finish above 500. I think they're going to be in a big bounce back situation. I've got the Patriots to miss the playoffs. I think the Super Bowl hangover.
Wow.
Super Bowl hangover is going to hit them hard. And that division should be very winnable for them. I think the Bills probably take a little step back. I think the Jets are the Jets and the Dolphins suck. So their division is pretty weak, but I could just see them having big time regression with the Super Bowl loss hangover. And then I've got the Commanders to finish with the worst record in the NFL and to have the number 1 pick.
Oh my God. Thanks,
I know.
bud.
Sorry, dude.
Love
I hate to
too.
say it, but I always have to pick a team to finish worst,
all right,
and
that's fair.
I think they will be the worst. And part of that, dude, how did you guys let Cliff Kingsbury walk out the door? That was, I don't know what the hell.
We got his apprentice as our offensive coordinator. We'll be fine.
And then my final bold prediction: the Eagles are going to trade AJ Brown to the Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes will win the MVP after putting up a massive, massive year. I think it's a huge bounce back year for the Chiefs. And they're gonna finagle AJ Brown somehow, and people are gonna be like, "How the fuck did this happen? How'd you let AJ Brown go?" And AJ Brown, whenever he goes to a new place, when he was drafted by the Titans, monster year 1, 2, then he fell off. Went to the Eagles, monster year 1, 2, 3, fell off. Gonna go to the Chiefs, career resurgence. Patty Mahomes firing the ball to him, and then you got AJ Brown, Rashee Rice, and Xavier Worthy. That is a nasty 1, 2, 3 combo. I could see if this happens, and my Mahomes pass leader highly depends on this, but I could just totally see AJ Brown in a Chiefs uniform and the Chiefs making waves next season in the AFC West.
All right. Well,
I think you want the Giants finish with the worst record.
No, I'm not doing that. I like to go with I always like to think of like who's going to be that first head coach that gets scrapped.
Ooh. I like that.
So I'm going out on a limb. Team that's actually been performing very well over the past few years. Team that probably has high expectations heading into this next season.
I know who you're going to say.
But I think they're going to – no, you don't. They're going to have a very rough start to the season. Things aren't going to be going as planned. And I think the ownership's going to pull the plug on Todd Bowles for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's going to be the first casualty of next year, mid-season.
You're right. That is not
I think my next big bold one will be I don't know how bold this is. I think it's bold. You're going to say it's not bold because, who their quarterback is, but they finished 6-11 this year. And I think that they're going to make the AFC Championship. But 6-11 to an AFC Championship, pretty big deal. So I'm going with the Bengals to make the AFC Championship. After finishing 6-11, they make the AFC Championship.
I like that. I'd love to see that. Give me Joe Burrow back. That would be great.
And what was the last one? I had another one here. Hold on. It'll come back to me in a minute. I think let's just go worst record in the NFL. It's so easy to pick the Jets.
Yeah, but
I'm going with the Baltimore fucking Ravens. Worst record in the NFL.
Shit.
Yep.
Wow.
I think the wheels fall off. There you go. That's the boldest of bold predictions.
That is
there you go.
Easily.
And I'm not rooting for it. I love the Ravens. They're my neighbor. I don't root against them.
That is very bold.
One, yeah.
Oh, I love that, dude. That is.
And it's actually perfect timing too, because then they can ask a lot of questions about Jackson. Should we draft a quarterback? Bring in his predecessor. Let's do it.
Wow, dude, I love that. That's bold as shit. Love to hear it. I thought you were going to say, instead of Todd Bowles, Nick Sirianni, just for the record.
How many times did I say about Kevin Stefanski for the fucking Browns? I said it twice. I'm like, he's going to be the first guy fired. And then, they just never fired him. It's like, part of me was like, just let the guy fucking free. He's trapped in this Cleveland madness, I think
Sirianni deserves to be fired, though. I think he will be, because the Eagles, I can't trust him. I mean, obviously, there's a lot that needs to happen still, right? We still have free agency, we still have a draft, injuries in the preseason, whatever. But he's already on thin ice, and if the Eagles aren't crushing next year, which I don't think they will, he's fucking gone. But yeah, let's do Super Bowl picks. Brandon. Way too
well,
early.
no. Let's first pick the MVP
Super
of the
Bowl pick.
season. Let's pick the MVP.
Oh,
of the season.
We didn't do that yet, did we?
No, the overall season.
Oh, well, I did mine. I said Mahomes.
Which, by the way, I think Myles Garrett should have probably gotten the nod over Matthew Stafford, in my opinion. But again, the team didn't go anywhere, so that's how they judge it.
That's a big factor.
But with try to imagine the Browns without Myles Garrett this season. Just try to imagine they would have not won a single game. Like that's how I look at the MVP. Like, imagine this guy didn't exist all year. Like how would that team have fared?
But then I think you could just give it to Josh Allen every year, because Bills without Josh Allen, and they're the worst team in the league. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess. All right. Whatever. All right, I'll let you pick your overall MVP first. I'll let you pick your overall MVP first.
Mahomes. I already leaked that in my because
okay,
I think he's just going to bounce back, get AJ Brown, and just have a monster year.
Okay.
By the way, the odds on Mahomes right now, depending on what sportsbook you go to, are around 1,100 plus 1,100. So decent value.
I'm going Joe Burrow.
Ooh, Joe Burrow plus 1,000. I like that, dude. I'm hoping for it.
One calendar year, that man will be MVP.
Every time he's on the field, he puts up numbers, right? Like and he has to, because he's the only. I mean, him and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are the only things really going for the Bengals. So their defense is so bad; they're always playing catch up. He always puts up huge numbers. So that's a really good pick. I like that a lot.
All right. Now we can get into the nitty gritty of Super Bowl 61. Who will be in it? Who will win it? I guess we don't have to pick who the MVP is, but I guess we can. But why not? But
you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Well, I've hyped up the Chiefs a lot, so probably won't come as any surprise. I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going back to the Super Bowl. Only because
Roger Goodell would love nothing more.
Goodell is losing his mind.
Guilt-free towels all over the place. Yeah.
Goodell hates that Seattle just won.
Oh, hates it ruined his whole offseason.
Ruined his offseason. So some way, somehow, I think Kansas City, and they're just going to be really motivated. Like, they haven't missed the playoffs in I don't know how long. They're going to be highly motivated. I think they're going to figuratively push all their chips to the middle, go all in, and fucking make a push this year. And on the NFC side, a team that, again, underperformed this year, tons of high expectations, let a lot of people down. I still love their core foundation of a team. I love their roster, their playmakers. I like their quarterback, don't love their quarterback. But give me the Detroit Lions to go back to make another run, remind people they're still fucking here. Yeah. So give me the Kansas City Chiefs beating the Detroit Lions 29-24. I would love to see Detroit win this game. I hope I'm wrong. I say that as if it's like a sure thing, but if it's going to happen, this is what I want to happen. Detroit beats Kansas City, but I just can't see that happening.
No, I
think the Chiefs go back 29-24. They get the dub, and then it'll be Mahomes MVP, obviously. So regular season and Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes. We can't escape it. The guilt-free towels are going to be raining down upon us, unfortunately.
All right. Oh.
What you got, B?
I'll start off with the AFC. I mentioned him before. A team that had a great season, team that got unlucky in the playoffs, a team that has shown that they have the pieces, they have the coaching, they have the mentality to make it that far, but things just didn't work out for them in the playoffs. That happens. That's NFL football. I got the AFC champions being the Denver Broncos. The Broncos out of Denver making it to the Super Bowl and representing the red side. And then on the blue side, I got a team that had full of scrappers. They always know how to build a strong roster. They got great coaching. They got a little bit unlucky too in the playoffs. Spoiler, they did make it to the playoffs this season, but they and I don't necessarily think they would have gone all the way or they would have won it all because they were still missing some pieces. But if there's any team that knows how to draft and bring in free agents that could build a team that can go all the way, it's this one. And it is the San Francisco 49ers. I think we're going to see the San Francisco 49ers representing the NFC against the Denver Broncos in the AFC for Super Bowl 61. It's going to be a great game. And it'll be one of those true matchups where you, at the end of the season, you're saying, yes. It'll remind us of when, back in the, good old days when the Oakland Raiders played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yes, that didn't really go the way we all thought it was going to go. But, we truly did say, like, the best team in the AFC, there's the best team in the NFC, and at the end of the day, that's what we'll be saying about this game. Like, the two best teams in both conferences going at it. I think the 49ers are, much better coached. Even though, you got, your Hall of Famer, Sean Payton, coaching the Broncos. I think the better quarterback is for the Denver Broncos. I think the better defense will be for the Denver Broncos. I think, and defense wins championships. This is exactly why I am picking the San Francisco 49ers to win Super Bowl 61, 27-17. It will be an epic game of mistakes. I think there'll be a lot of mistakes, and it's about the teams that capitalize on the mistakes. And I think the 49ers will do a better job of capitalizing than the Broncos will do. And, but it'll be a great matchup, great game. It'll be a hell of a lot better than this last Super Bowl we just saw. But give me the 49ers 27, the Denver Broncos 17, Super Bowl 61.
Dude, I like that a lot. I have no issue with that. The only concern, right, for the 49ers has been injuries. I mean, my God, if they can stay healthy, they're obviously a team that should be in the mix. It just seems like half their fucking roster can't make it.
Honestly, I left out one of the best parts, which is don't be surprised if it's not Brock Purdy and it's Mac Jones in that game. I could see Mac Jones being the quarterback that not only goes to the Super Bowl, but he won them the NFC Championship. So like everyone's like on the back of Mac Jones, and everyone's like, oh shit, is Mac Jones like a Sam Darnold? Like everyone gave up on, and everyone's like rooting for Mac Jones, and then and then he still wins it. Like he still fucking wins it. I'm going with the 49ers. I think the 49ers is the 49ers year next year. I just got a feeling. I think Kyle Shanahan will have a Super Bowl at some point in his career.
He's got to have one at some point.
He's such a great coach, dude. And again, all the great coaches that the Redskins have literally allowed to walk out of the building. I think he, McVay already won one. He won one right away when he walked out. He walked out. He he skipped out, and he was like, okay, and then he like won one right away. So, I think I still think I would rather have Kyle Shanahan than Sean McVay, as my offensive coordinator. What about you?
Wow. God, that's a fucking either one is great. But yeah, I mean, you can't argue with Shanahan does more with less. Sean McVay, when Sean McVay's
got a great GM that knows how to bring in great talent. Yeah.
For sure. But I mean, so do the Niners. But I'm saying when the cards are stacked against him and things aren't going well, Shanahan outperforms McVay. Like Shanahan does more with less. And it seems like every year the 49ers have injury after injury and star players going down, and they still find a way. I mean, they were playing for the NFC West in the last game of the year this year. Like they had no business being there because of how injury plagued they were. And then you look at McVay a few years ago, had offensive line issues, and Stafford went down, and they won like 5 games not too long ago. Like, you just don't see that happening with San Francisco. And I think that says everything you need to know about the coaching there. So I think you're right. That's crazy to say, but I think you're right. I haven't thought about it much, but I think you're spot on. I think Shanahan is better than McVay because of that.
All right, so there you have it. So say it one more time, Josh. What's your Super Bowl prediction?
Kansas City Chiefs defeat the Detroit Lions 29-24.
Mine is the San Francisco 49ers defeat the Denver Broncos 27-17.
Could not be more opposite.
So if you know anything about BRASH Sports, do everything everything you can to bet heavily against either of these 4 teams that we just named.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you know anything, this is not. There's zero chance either of those 2 scenarios are ever going to happen. So
here comes Bills Rams.
Here comes
Bills. Here comes Bills Rams finally.
Times, and now, I've been on the Bills bandwagon for fucking 3 years. You've been on the Rams bandwagon for 3 years. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So of course it's going to happen. So put all your money on Bills Rams. Bills Rams. Bills fucking Rams.
All right, dude. Episode 69. We fucking did it,
in the books. It's about goddamn time. We've been waiting so long to get this episode 69 out of the way. God damn.
What better day than the 4-year anniversary, though? I think we picked the right time. We nailed it. And tongue in the pink, nose in the stink.
That's what it's all about. That's
all right.
All right, brother. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. All right,
see you, buddy.
I said blue moon, it's on standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. I said blue moon, it's on standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. I said blue moon, saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own.